Welcome to Fondy Famous. I'm your host, Kelly Northlee. Every week on Friday, we'll be meeting with a different local business owner, nonprofit, or a historic home owner. Today, we're here with Jennifer, the program director at Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Fond du Lac.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you. So tell us a little bit about what you guys do here.
Sure. So we are a one-to-one and a group mentoring agency. So what we do here is there are children in the community for whatever reason their households need a little bit more guidance or have a lack of direction that where the child needs a little bit more support. So what we do here is we will match up the child with another member of the community. Any adult ages 18 and up can be a big. And then when they enroll in our program, they will do anything from going out in the community and trying new things, having dinner, making brownies. And we ask for twice a month. So the big will pick up the little and they'll go out and do some fun things. We also do group mentoring here. So the kids who are waiting for a mentor, we offer twice a month or more where they come here and do fun things with staff or community members.
Okay. Do you have a lot of littles still needing a mentor?
So on average, we normally have around 100 littles that are waiting. I know it is a large number. However, it's good for us to have that large of a number because when we match a child, we want to find the perfect little for the perfect adult. Okay. So to have that larger pool of kids actually is a positive. And the good thing about our group mentoring is when they enroll in our program, they're automatically doing things mentoring-wise. Okay. So once they enroll, they get started right away. So having that big pool of kids actually isn't a sad thing for us.
Good. Okay. Well, what does it take to be a big here?
So we do ask for twice a month. So anyone who feels it can be a one-to-one, it can be a husband and wife, it can be a big family, a big couple, a partnership, basically whatever your lifestyle is at the time. We don't really ask you to take time out of your life. We kind of ask you to add a child into your life. So if you're thinking, I have no time to do anything, that's okay. We want you to live your normal life, and we're going to give you a little buddy to kind of fit into that. Okay. So I say everyone has to eat. So bring them along. Right. You know, if you have children, even better. They can come along with you to the park or the YMCA and do those types of things with you. Okay. To enroll in the program, we obviously are safety first. So we do have a process where we have you come in, we get to know you. We do background checks and all that fun jazz because, like I said, safety does come first. And we want our parents to feel very secure and confident with who we're matching their child with. But realistically, no matter what's going on in your life, we can make it work for you.
Okay, that's awesome. So they just come here to apply? Do they go online?
So what you'll do is you'll actually go onto our website. So it's Big Brothers, Sisters of Fond du Lac County, and then we go right on to become a mentor. And you fill out a very small little form, and that comes to us, and then we'll contact you, and then we'll start the process of you coming in here and talking with us and kind of getting to know you a little bit better.
Right, so that you can match them up.
Yes. So and the main thing about that is, let's say that you love the outdoors. Mm-hmm. We're not going to give you a child who hates nature. Right. And vice versa. If you love, playing chess and reading books, we're going to find that kid for you who likes those things. So the enrollment process for a mentor is really more about us getting to know you than it is about filling out paperwork.
Right. Okay. And so you guys also offer group mentoring while they're waiting to find a big. What do you guys do with that?
So we do a lot of different things. Everything from
painting pumpkins.
Painting pumpkins, that is today, painting pumpkins. So a lot of fun, crafty things. But we are a mentoring program, so we do a lot of learning about safety, learning about, we have the fire department that gets involved and does tours and safety stuff. The police station, they're amazing. We actually have a lady bringing in her service dog and teaching about, service dogs and how that all works. And then we do have groups here that go a little deeper. So we have teen groups here that talk about relationships and peer pressure and the importance of actually going to class and doing our homework. So everything from a lot of fun to the important mentorship type stuff. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you think your favorite aspect of doing this and working in the community is?
I get that question a lot, and honestly, my answer has never changed. So when a child comes in, normally, I mean, you have the rare bird who's like me and never stops talking, but for the most part, they're quiet, they're a little reserved, they're a little like, okay, do I want to do this? And then we match them up with that person. They have their first meeting, quiet, a little bit reserved. Then they come in for like their 6 month. They've been matched for 6 months. They come in to see us and they are just jabberjaw and they're talking and this person's their person. Yeah. And to see a kid go from kind of quiet and inward and timid to it's kind of one of those moments that kind of make everything worth it.
Right. That has to be very rewarding and positive.
Yes, very. And like I said, that my answer has literally never changed in 15 years. So it's kind of the coolest part.
Wow. And how long have you been doing this and with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
So I have been part of the agency for a little over 15 years.
Okay.
And so I'm the program director. And honestly, in 15 years, I think I've done every job.
Everything?
Every job, from taking out the garbage to enrollment, all of it. So it's kind of cool because I've seen all the different areas and how each part makes it all kind of work. So every single position here kind of goes to the end result. And every staff member feels the highs, they feel the lows because they're all kind of part of the whole process.
Okay. And do you guys as staff members, are you here at all of the mentoring events and you're taking time to volunteer at the weekend things?
So we have some staff who actually are bigs and they have their own littles. And then we have staff that runs a lot of the programming, does the activities, runs the teen groups, the littler kid groups. And then we have some who are very much in the schools. When it comes to a nonprofit, I think anyone who works at a nonprofit knows that every job is everyone's job. So if there's an activity going, it's kind of how many do you need to help and who can show up. Fundraisers, all that. Nonprofit, you have your job title, but that doesn't really matter.
Right. You do a little bit of
not in the nonprofit world. You just get to work.
Okay. What would you say to someone who is looking to bring their child in to be a little?
So people normally think that to be in a program like ours, you have to, be low income. You have to have a parent who might be incarcerated or might have some issues going on. That is not accurate. I personally feel that every person on the planet can benefit from a mentor. So if you feel that your child, for any reason, could benefit from having one more advocate, one more person to help them and guide them, we're your people. So you don't have to assume that you have to have a hardship to be in our program. If at any point in time you feel like your child could benefit from that one-on-one time, go online, we'll take you.
Okay. I'm glad I asked that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's very normal for people to assume that they have to have some kind of a hardship, and that's not the case. We really are just here to support kids at whatever level or stage they're at or whatever their home life is like.
Right. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. Is there anything else that you'd like to add at all?
The main one that we always do is we are always looking for mentors. Mentors of any age, any gender, but we really need male mentors. Male mentors are coveted in this line of work. So we have, like I said, about 100 kids waiting. On average, at least 60 to 70 of those are males. Okay. So we are always looking for men to come in here and kind of be that person. And I always tell men, think of how many times your spouse is like, you're going fishing again. Mm-hmm. Now think about the fact that you could go fishing and not get yelled at.
Yeah.
Because what are they going to yell at you for? Say, I have to go fishing. I'm mentoring my little.
So or golfing.
Exactly.
Yep.
So if you have a sport or an activity that you really love and you just, want to do it with no guilt, come hang out with a little and you can fish and golf and hunt whenever you want.
Guilt-free.
Guilt-free.
I love it.
Yeah, so keep that in mind for all the men in Fond du Lac.
All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking
You're welcome.
with us
Thank
today.
you.
All right. We are here with Jennifer of Big Brothers and Big Sisters. She is a big and she also works here.
Yes.
So if you would, tell us a little bit about what you do here and then your role as a big.
Yeah, so I do marketing and development here, which really means I do a lot of things. I'm also part-time tech support, I like to say.
Yep.
So if someone has email issues, I am the go-to gal, but I also make a lot of our marketing material and posters and social media things. So kind of all around, lots of hats here at the nonprofit. As a big, it's a lot more fun. I get to hang out with my little. Her name's Gwen. She's 11. I'm actually seeing her tonight.
All
We're
right.
going to paint some pumpkins. We do a lot of things. We hang out a couple hours every other week. We do lots of crafts. We like to hike. We like to take her dog on a walk sometimes, take him to some trails around Fond du Lac. We've gone to an Admirals game, hockey in Milwaukee. We have done mini golf a couple times. We're not very good. We like board game nights are fun. We get pretty competitive.
All right.
Really just a lot, whatever you feel like doing. You can really, I just pick her up and we go hang out.
Yeah, so just like normal things that you would do
Just
with a
normal
friend, just
things.
hanging out.
She helped me pick out my niece's birthday gift the other week.
All right.
So really anything you can think of. Just
Is she good at picking out gifts?
She loved it. I
Yeah.
was told when I saw my brother the next week that my gift was one of her favorites. So
That's
she did a
good.
great job.
All right. I'm not very good at that, so maybe maybe I need to use it. Well, that's wonderful. So you guys hang out and get to do things together. And I think Jennifer, the other gal I spoke with, was
Another
also
Jennifer.
saying that. Was also saying that you basically just add these kids into your life. It's just normal, everyday things that you're doing. You bring them along.
Lots of listening. I know
Okay.
a lot about sixth grade. I know a lot about middle school these days that I probably wouldn't know otherwise.
Right.
And she has, she has two parents, she has siblings, but
Yep.
I think when I hang out with her, it's just like that special one-on-one time where my focus is just her. We
Yep.
get to do whatever she wants, talk about whatever she wants, and it's very, very chill.
Yep. Is she helping you stay trendy, stay up on?
She told me
all
I
the
was
things?
cool once,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I hold on
You
to
are
that.
cool.
I hold on to that.
Wow,
And if she
that's-
watches this, I hope that makes her giggle.
Yes, it's always the best when you hear someone younger than you say that you're cool, because then you know it's true.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Okay. Well, what is your favorite thing about working here, do you think?
Oh, working here. I feel like I'm a lot more involved in the community. Working
Okay.
on a nonprofit, you're kind of,
Immersed.
you have to know more about like all the events and stuff going on. Like I do a monthly newsletter for our bigs about all the events going on around town and like what you can do for free with your little or very low cost. So I feel like I have great knowledge of what's happening in our community that I definitely did not have before that.
Right. Okay. So you just get to be involved and
Get to be
learn
involved.
more about it. Awesome. Yeah. There's so much that Fond du Lac has to offer
Yes.
that even I didn't know about.
Yes, for sure.
So, okay. That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking time
Thank
to speak with us
you.
today. Appreciate it. All right. We are here with Sarah, who is the recruitment and match specialist here at Big Brothers Big Sisters.
That's right. Thanks so much for talking with us today.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what you do here in your role.
Yeah, so I have kind of two roles. So for recruitment, one of my big tasks is just to kind of head up our presence beyond these walls, engage in the community through different community events that we might have information tables at, do presentations at businesses, churches, for service clubs, set up engagement opportunities where community volunteers are getting to be a big for a day or a big for an evening to interact with like a group of our kiddos who are on the wait list waiting for a one-on-one mentor. So kind of bringing the community together with kids and also with our staff to just learn about the Big Brothers Big Sisters mission and how they can get involved through volunteering.
Okay. And they can get involved in volunteering by being a big, but then also there's other opportunities you just touched on.
Exactly. So, yeah, being a big is the core of our mission and our most, desired volunteer, because there's so many kids who are so excited and just have the biggest wish to have that one-on-one friend, to have that special mentor that either visits them at school or takes them places, and they just have a friendship together. So we're definitely always looking for big brothers, big sisters, big couples and big families who might want to do that type of volunteering. But yes, we also have fun activities that we're engaging a group of littles at a time where people can do a one-time volunteering gig by being a big for a day or a big for an evening. For example, in our great community here, we had an event with C.D. Smith Construction where, they're all about building and architecture. So they did a Lego night, for
goodness.
kiddos. Yeah.
I want to go to that.
I know, totally. It was a great time, and they even got to go to their business and just see a really neat workplace here in, Fond du Lac and whatnot. And sometimes we have things right here in this building where people come in and have have a board game night with kids or whatnot. So lots of fun that way. And then we just do some other various events through the year. One of which is coming up is our Halloweeny event, or we have our Bowl for Kids' Sake, one of our other signature fundraisers. And so we have people who sometimes just want to volunteer, for those events kind of thing. So
I had forgotten about the Bowling for Kids' Sakes. My parents had participated in that a lot.
Awesome.
So maybe we'll have to step up and do that one this year.
Yeah, that is always a good time. It's good, fun to add to that cabin fever where it's getting to be like towards the end of the winter, but you want to get out and do something fun. It's usually the beginning of March, and it always has a different theme. So we're looking for, theme ideas. Last year it was like an Ope Bowl, like the shtick of like You Betcha and Ope and all of that. So everything, exactly, everything Wisconsin. So it was really fun, and I don't know yet what the theme will be. So taking suggestions on this year's Bowl for, I guess technically 2024 Bowl for Kids' Sake.
Yep.
So,
yeah. So you also do the matching. So what does that process entail?
Yeah, so I work with the matches once they have been connected and paired up with each other. Okay. We have other staff here who do our enrollment, which means when a parent calls us or a big goes, a potential big goes on the computer and says, I want to get involved. They interview, each of those parties. We want to get to know the person, their background, their interests and hobbies. And then kind of do, for the adults involved on the volunteer side, some background checks and reference checks and whatnot. And then as we look through our list of who wants to be involved, based on their personalities and their hobbies and interests, we're matching them up, and we make a match. We introduce them. Right in this room, they meet each other for the first time, and there's such excitement, but sometimes a little bit of nervous too, because you're meeting a new friend. And then they kind of get to launch their friendship by starting to hang out with each other out in the community. The big picks up the little, and they generally spend about 4 hours a month together. That's kind of the commitment that we're looking to from the volunteer, and also for the family that their child can be involved for that much time each month. And they just do things like go to the dog park, go to the library, go to Gillies and get some yummy ice cream, shoot some hoops. So I need to follow that friendship every month and make sure that checking in by a phone call or a text, are you guys truly getting together? How is that working out? How are you getting along in your conversation? Just some safety related questions too, because child safety is an absolute priority, and we want to make sure that all rules are kind of being followed. And again, that everybody's feeling good about the new friendship and enjoying the experience. So I check in with them ongoing through their friendship journey.
Okay. And how long do people typically do this? Is it one of those things that you find your buddy and you're kind of with each other through life, or what kind of...
That's a great question. Yeah, and it's really individualized. When people first sign up, we ask for, hopefully that you can see in your life that, I could do this for at least a year. Yep. That's the hoped for commitment to begin with. On average, our average match length is 3 years. Okay. So we think that's pretty cool that, at least people on average do, 3 times the base commitment. And then we have, life changes do happen. Some bigs move out of the area, some littles life changes and they move somewhere else, or something, happens that life takes them in a different direction. But we do have some matches for sure that are, I work with, 5, 7, plus years. Kiddos can start being involved at age 6 and stay in the program all the way until 18, high school graduation. And that's one of course, our big goals is for these kiddos that a first building block of like achieving their potential in life is that we make it to high school graduation and then hopefully have a plan for beyond high school and stuff. So those are our absolute favorite matches to celebrate, is those who have graduated together. And we do have numerous of them every year that we see, have made it to graduation. So
okay. Do you have any stories of a little and a big that have gone together and just have had a good success story that you can think of?
Sure. I can remember one little brother, John, who lived in the North Fond du Lac area, and he was matched with a big brother, Jason. They were buddies for several years, probably kind of connected when John was in middle school, and stayed matched through high school. Just such neat experiences. This young man didn't have like a father figure, in his life, and that wasn't really what Jason's job was as a big. You're not to step in and be a parent, but just to kind of, he was being raised by a grandma, so just to kind of get to do some of those guy things and explore new hobbies like hunting. Again, we're in Wisconsin, and that's just such a cool pastime, active, and such an accomplishment. So this big brother, kind of guided him through completing like a hunter safety class, and then took him out hunting, and that became such a passion for the little and a hobby that he was into, and also just really liked. Jason worked for one of the local big companies here, and he took his little brother along on like a day of going to some meetings and to stuff for his job, just kind of like a job shadowing day. So again, just kind of opening the eyes to future careers and different pathways beyond high school. So they just clicked and were good buddies. Teen boys. How much are but it was just cool to see them open up to that. Big brother and always being in touch with each other by texting and just having somebody who cares and to turn to, who's in your corner.
Yeah, and especially being raised by your grandma and having that as an extra source of someone who's a good role model.
Absolutely. Okay. Totally.
So what do you think your favorite part of this job is?
I really think that, I definitely get excited as far as like when I'm out and about in the community and...
Do you see your big and littles together?
Yes, that for sure. Seeing them out and about, go to Fondue Fest and there they are hanging out. But I can't beat also the excitement of how fun it is to, have people connect with us and be like, oh yeah, I want to, sign up and volunteer. But pretty much nothing beats, that first match meeting of like, this kiddo has been waiting, sometimes some of the kids wait for a good year or more, for a big, and then they're just, again, the excitement of finally getting matched and starting that new friendship. And then, as I follow the matches, every year I meet with them in person, beyond the phone calls that we do, and just kind of getting to see them at those anniversary meetings and see those friendships,
The progress.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So.
Wow. I'm sure that's amazing.
Yeah,
to see.
It's very rewarding, seeing some of these kids who, either very shy or kind of, insulated, seeing them kind of over the years, open up and just blossom a little bit more with the help of a big. And, there's some good family backing and stuff. It takes a whole village, to kind of, again, help kids, empower them to reach their full potential. But, yeah. The big has that special role where it's kind of like you're not a teacher, you're not a parent, you kind of get to be a friend, but also with a guiding, encouraging influence.
Okay. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that and with speaking with us today.
For sure.
With us today.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.